Broadband has arrived at its long-predicted purpose of delivering entertainment, including music, games, and by far the biggest market, video. Offering these services, along with voice, high-speed internet, and a host of other services, has become the multiplay opportunity for broadband service providers. But launching multiplay services requires predictable performance, multicast scale, and integrated services from the networking equipment used by service providers. And for service providers to be profitable, the networking equipment supplier must provide investment protection in the form of long-term support for both hardware and software. Unfortunately for service providers, this is not the case with MX series routers, and they may be facing more risks as a result. Let's take a closer look at why. First, the MX series is based on an architecture that can cause unpredictable performance. As long as traffic is not congested, high-priority voice and video packets are able to traverse between ingress and egress forwarding engines before lower-priority data packets, thus ensuring voice calls and video streams are uninterrupted. However, as traffic continues to increase, more and more high-priority packets begin to get delivered behind lower-priority packets or dropped altogether. That's because the MX series architecture uses a round-robin, priority-unaware scheduling mechanism to place packets on the fabric, and a fixed scheme that nails up high-priority traffic to only 2/3 of capacity when pulling packets from the fabric, regardless of the true traffic mix. Essentially, each ingress packet forwarding engine directs voice and video packets into a high-priority queue, while data packets enter a low-priority queue. The switch fabric then pulls the packets from both queues of the first forwarding engine, followed in succession by each of the remaining forwarding engines. Once completed, the process begins again at the first forwarding engine. This cycle is done without regard for packet priority management, so as traffic becomes congested, the likelihood increases that higher priority packets will be delayed entering the egress forwarding engine queues. The MX series architecture also lacks multicast scaling. Multicast is implemented directly by the packet forwarding engines using a technique called binary tree replication, resulting in compromised scalability, performance, and predictability. Changes to the tree from a line card failure or removal has a direct impact on all customers connected directly or indirectly through that line card. Restoring connectivity requires the binary tree to be rebuilt, which results in packet jitter and loss and has a negative impact on unicast packets. The binary tree replication scheme also has no understanding of traffic volumes. For example, although the two-fabric interface has a maximum capacity of 19 gigabits with no unicast traffic, a packet forwarding engine can be asked by the binary tree to transmit traffic volumes as high as 40 gigabits per second. Since both multicast and unicast traffic share the same high-priority queues, the result is massive, unpredictable packet loss as the fabric interface is overwhelmed and customer services are impacted. Unlike routers from other vendors, MX series routers do not include integrated services. Therefore, common customer-facing features such as firewall and application-aware deep packet inspection are only available with additional hardware. Finally, service providers looking to deploy MX series routers must be prepared for more frequent software upgrades because most releases are limited to only 9 months of support. Since validating each new code release takes providers an average of 3 to 6 months, very little active engineering support time is left for the version deployed. Essentially, providers are forced to upgrade often to maintain support over the product's lifecycle. Only the Q4 release gets 3-year support, and only Priority 1 bugs get addressed after the first year. And because of frequent hardware redesigns, many platforms have been end-of-lifed early, requiring providers to do a costly, complete forklift upgrade with the new products. For example, the initial release of MX series dense port concentrators was end-of-lifed after less than 12 months. Service providers face many decisions as they map out their IPTV networking equipment strategies. Many, if not all, base their decisions on independent third-party scale and performance testing that currently is not performed on the MX series. So, as seen here, when providers do choose MX series carrier Ethernet, they may be facing more hidden challenges as well.